This is a time lapse. You've probably seen one before, you've probably shot one before. They're just overdone. This is a hyperlapse. And if you haven't shot one before, I'm gonna teach you how to shoot it today, handheld. I mean, just look at it, it's so cool. What's going on, it's Josh Thom. Today we're talking hyperlapses, specifically handheld hyperlapses. So a hyperlapse is a series of images where the camera shifts between each photo. It's basically like taking your time lapse and elevating it a little bit. For this project, all you're gonna need is the grids on your camera and maybe if it's got a level. That way your shots are gonna be more consistent, it's gonna look smoother in post. So how do you do it? Let me tell you. Step one, find a good location. We're talking like a landmark or maybe a statue, anything that has a prominent piece to it that you can keep focusing on. That's what you're looking for. Step two is finding your line. In this video, we're going to be going straight towards the cathedral. Step three, find that prominent piece, line it up in your grids, and start shooting. Literally, all you have to do is take a shot, take a step. Take a shot, take a step. Just make sure that you keep lining up that prominent piece in your grid. So there's only one small issue, and it's that you're gonna look kind of weird doing it, but hey, a hyperlapse is always worth it. Another quick tip is that I'm shooting everything in JPEG. Normally I would shoot raw images, but it's too much editing, there's too many photos, and it's just really easy to shoot in JPEG specific to this example. And one more thing, this is gonna be a part of a video that's 24 frames per second, so you're gonna need 24 photos to make 1 second of video. Therefore, shoot a lot more than you think you're gonna need. Hyperlapses bring a great sense of variety to your videos, especially montages, kinda like this one. Alright, so now that we know how to shoot a hyperlapse, let's bring it to post. Alright, so once again, we found ourselves in Premiere Pro, and I've just got a blank composition here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Command-I and import my files. So basically what I'm gonna be looking for are the photos that we took. Okay, so here they are. We've got all of them in the order of which they were shot. Here's the first shot that we took, like that, and down here is the last shot we took. So what we're gonna do is go up to the first photo and click on only it. Don't select any other ones. Then we're gonna go over here to this bottom corner and press Options, Image Sequence, select that, and import. When you import it to Premiere Pro, you're gonna be noticing that it's actually a movie clip already. But there are two things that we can do before we can use it. First, I always import a clip that's the same as the sequence settings I want. In this case, it's a 1080p clip at 24 frames per second. So I'm just gonna drag that onto my timeline and make a new sequence. And I can delete that right away, but now we have our sequence settings locked in. Next, I'm actually gonna go down to my hyperlapse and right click. From there, I'm gonna go to Modify, Interpret Footage, assume the frame rate to be 23.976 frames per second. Enter. Now 23.976 or 24 frames equals 1 second. I'm gonna drag that onto my timeline, and I'm going to keep existing settings. Now photos are way larger than video files, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna scale that down. I'm gonna press Effect, Controls, and Scale, and I'm gonna scale it all the way down, and I believe 32 is gonna be perfect. If we play back that clip, it looks like this. A little jittery, a little shaky, but you know what we can do? We can warp stabilize it to make it better, but first, we're gonna right click, and we're gonna press Nest. Nest Sequence 1, that's a fine name, sure. And then we're gonna go all the way over to our effects, and I'm gonna type in Warp Stabilizer, and we're gonna select Warp Stabilizer VFX. Drag that right on top of your thing. It's gonna take a little bit of time to analyze your clip, especially if it's a little bit longer. So, done. But we're gonna render it first. So, done. Editing is magical. Let's take a look at that clip. I love me a good hyperlapse. Thank you so much for watching. That's it for this video. If you guys are enjoying these tutorials, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Let me know if you learned something new down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.